Hey everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Hmm.
Today we're tackling something that I think is going to resonate with a lot of you out there, especially if you're in school or maybe recently graduated.
Yeah.
And, that feeling, right? That giant question mark hanging over your head. It's like, what am I going to do with my life?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. So we're diving into this guide all about career coaching, specifically for students. And let me tell you, this thing is packed with some seriously useful insights.
It is.
It's not just, fluffy advice. It gets into like the nitty-gritty of how to actually figure out what you want to do and how to make it happen.
Right.
So we're going to break it all down for you today. We're talking about figuring out those career goals, finding those hidden opportunities that you might not even know exist, nailing those interviews that can be so nerve-wracking.
Yes, definitely.
And ultimately, like building a career that you're actually excited to wake up for.
That's the dream, right?
That's the goal, right?
Exactly.
So to kick things off, let's talk about this whole idea of clarifying career goals.
Mhm.
Because let's be real, a lot of students, they're just kind of like thrown into this whole career thing. And they're expected to know what they want to do for the rest of their lives.
Which is a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. I remember
Yeah.
being like 18 years old and feeling completely clueless.
Oh, yeah. I was the same way.
So does this guide like actually give you some tools to like figure that stuff out?
It totally does. So it talks about how career coaches can use these different assessments and exercises to help you kind of dig deep
Okay.
and figure out what makes you tick. Like, what are your values? What are your strengths? What are you actually good at?
Like a self-discovery kind of thing.
Exactly. And then they connect those things with different career paths. So it's not just random.
I wish I had that when I was in college.
Right.
Like seriously, I changed my major like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I was all over the place. So, okay, let's say someone's like super passionate about something,
Yeah.
but it's not exactly a traditional career path.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, underwater basket weaving or something.
Right.
How does a career coach help with that?
That's a great question because it's not always about finding a job that perfectly matches your passion.
Right.
Sometimes it's about taking that passion and figuring out how it can translate to different fields.
Oh, I see.
So like with your underwater basket weaving example, maybe they'd help you explore marine biology or textile design or even teaching. It's about seeing those connections and opening up possibilities.
That's really cool, actually, because I think a lot of people get stuck in this mindset of like,
Yeah.
there's only one right path,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a coach can help you break out of that
Yeah.
and see all the different options that are out there.
Okay, so this guide also talks about uncovering these hidden opportunities, which sounds kind of like mysterious and exciting.
It is kind of like a treasure hunt in a way because it's about finding these amazing opportunities that can give you a real leg up.
Okay.
But a lot of students just don't know where to look.
Like what kind of stuff are we talking about?
So things like internships, scholarships, networking events, volunteer opportunities, even like competitions or conferences in your field. A coach can help you tap into all of that.
I feel like I missed out on so much stuff
Mm.
just because I didn't know it existed,
It's easy to miss out if you don't know where to look. That's for sure.
Okay, but let's talk about like the practical stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of students, even if they have a good idea of what they want to do, they struggle with like resumes and interviews and all that jazz.
Oh, yeah. That can be super intimidating.
I remember my first interview.
Oh, tell me about it.
It was a complete disaster.
Yeah.
I like completely blanked on a question about my biggest weakness, and I just blurted out chocolate.
Oh, no.
Not my finest moment.
That's hilarious, though. But I get it. Those situations can be so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So the guide talks about how coaches can really help you with that whole process.
Yeah.
Like they'll help you craft a really strong resume.
Mhm.
They'll do mock interviews with you so you can practice answering those tough questions.
They would have been so helpful. Just to like get those nerves out,
Exactly. And they can even help you develop your personal brand,
Oh, that's interesting.
which is basically like how you present yourself to the world, both online and offline. It's like having a dress rehearsal before you step onto the real world stage.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of rehearsals, this guide mentions creating an action plan. Is that like a really detailed to-do list or?
It can be part of it, but it's more like a roadmap for your career journey.
Okay.
So it's not just about what you need to do, but also like when you need to do it and how you're going to get there. So you might set specific goals, break them down into smaller steps, create a timeline. It helps you stay organized, motivated, and on track, which can be tough when you're juggling school and everything else.
That's true because it's easy to get overwhelmed and just kind of like freeze up. you know?
Absolutely. Having a plan can make a huge difference
Yeah.
in terms of actually making progress.
So thinking about all this stuff, like the assessments, the hidden opportunities, the action plan,
Yeah.
it makes me realize how valuable that mentorship aspect of career coaching can be.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like having someone who's been there, done that, to guide you.
It's like having a personal cheerleader and advisor all rolled into one.
Exactly. And it's not just about the advice.
Right.
It's also about having someone to believe in you and support you.
Especially when things get tough, because let's face it, this whole career thing can be pretty stressful.
Yeah, for sure.
So having that support system can be huge.
And it can definitely help with the whole confidence factor, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think a lot of students, they feel intimidated,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they're just starting out, you know.
It's natural to feel that way, but a coach can help you build that confidence by helping you recognize your strengths, articulate them effectively,
Okay.
and basically present yourself in the best possible light.
So it's not just about getting that first job.
Right.
It's about like building a career that you're actually proud of.
Exactly. And a coach can help you think long term. So instead of just focusing on that first job, they'll help you think about where you want to be in 5, 10, even 20 years.
Wow.
And they'll help you develop a plan to get there.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
It is. It's about creating a vision for your future.
So thinking about the future, it makes me think about those big transitions, like from high school to college or from college to the workforce.
Oh, yeah. Those can be major turning points.
And they can be pretty scary, too.
Definitely.
So can a career coach actually help with that?
They totally can. So they can give you tools and strategies to navigate those transitions more smoothly.
Okay.
Like, for example, they might help you choose a college major that aligns with your career goals.
Mm-hmm.
They might help you explore different career paths if you're not sure what you want to do. They might even help you develop a plan for continuing education after you graduate. So it's really about having that support and guidance during those key moments.
Yeah, because it can be so overwhelming to figure all that stuff out on your own.
Exactly. A coach can be like your personal GPS for your career journey.
I like that. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of really great stuff today.
We have.
But there's one thing we haven't really touched on,
What's that?
and that's the stress factor.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Because let's be real, all this stuff, like choosing a career path, going through the job application process, it can be incredibly stressful.
Especially in today's world.
Yeah.
With so much competition and uncertainty.
So how can a career coach actually help with that?
Well, they can help you feel more in control
Okay.
by providing clarity, structure, and support. They can help you break down those big, overwhelming tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. They can also help you develop coping mechanisms for dealing with stress and anxiety. So it's not just about the practical stuff, it's also about the emotional side of things.
I think that's so important because I remember when I was going through all this,
Yeah.
I felt so lost and alone. And I just wish I had someone to talk to, you know,
Yeah.
someone who could help me make sense of it all.
It makes a world of difference having that support system.
Okay, so as we wrap things up here, I just want to say that this deep dive has been a total eye-opener for me.
Me too.
And I think it's really highlighted how valuable career coaching can be for students. It's not just about finding a job.
Right.
It's about finding the right path for you. It's about building the skills and the confidence you need to succeed. And it's about feeling good about your future.
That's what it's all about.
So if you're out there and you're feeling lost or overwhelmed by this whole career thing, seriously, consider whether a career coach could be the missing piece for you. It might just change your life.
It could definitely change your life.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
See you next time.
We'll catch you in the next one. All right, everybody, welcome back for another